Justin, thanks for joining us. And this is like a series of interview with young entrepreneurs about how they have that passion and how they work every single day to move them towards their passion. So can you share a bit about yourself first, yeah?
All right, so my name is Yasser, and I'm from Mozambique. I came here, I'm like in Malaysia right now, and I came here in 2014. And back in Mozambique, when I was like 16 years old, I started a company called Moscow Means. And my co-founder is there, but I'm still here. So right now we're expanding towards so many countries. But at the same time, like in Malaysia, my job is to be a student basically. But I have other stuff that I founded as well. It's like TEDx with me and Algorithmic. It's a club focused on building startups from students. And I have a few ideas as well that I'm building that I want to run a startup later when I finish graduation. But yeah, basically that's it. Like I have so many things happening right now.
Oh, wow. So young and then already had that kind of like everything going on. So how did you have that passion to start your business at the first time, yeah?
All right, passion it comes when you find something. Like when I came to Malaysia, the first thing that I saw is the university. They have so many events because I'm in an engineering university. Everything we do is like I'm doing computer science, but other students they're doing electrical and electronics. They're doing mechanical engineering. They're doing petroleum engineering. So the university is focused on engineering. So all the things that people used to do here was basically based on engineering, but their job is like more into the industry, and the industry is going to be like Petronas or some other big company that is already established. No one had dream, okay, like I'm going to start a business, I'm going to do something. So this is when you see like, okay, this is a problem and I want to do something about it. I want to change something. So this is like my main passion till now. Like I want to do something for these people.
Wow. So what was the challenge when you were studying and you're doing that passion, or let's say that business at the same time? Because a lot of his students, they struggle with studying itself and say like, no, I don't have time to do the other things.
Yeah. We had a lot, like not a lot, but I can say that it's a lot for a student. A lot for a student in terms that you have a lot of pressure on so many other things because I have a scholarship. So the scholarship you need to get good grades. So for you to get good grades you need to focus a lot. So on that side, like my side business like is running really well because my co-founder he already finished graduation. He's doing his job as a founder of most domains itself. But in here, when you come, you're expected to be a student. When you become an outlier, when you go on other ways rather than to be a student, a lot of things are happening. Like the university, maybe there's difficulties in if you want to start an event, if you want to start a club, if you want to start a business. First of all, you need to have a co-founder that is a Malaysian. You need to have like the country empowers Malaysian students, Malaysian people to found companies with international people as well. So this is one focus that when we wanted to start this thing, Algorithmic, we had a very big team, but I was the guy who was in charge because I was the one who started, but I was not Malaysian. So I had to find someone like, okay, you're Malaysian, like let's go together and all these things. After that, like things went well, but at the same time, like in the university, because you're still a student, university, everything you do is under the university control. So you cannot go big. You just have to be under the radar. Okay, we know what you're doing, we know that you're doing this. So you cannot go beyond that because visa stuff, like you have a student visa, you don't have a working visa. If something happens, you might go back, they might deport you. So many challenges that we face, but we're doing well so far. And I have a few, a team of around 60 people that we're working on. And a lot of them have startups, a lot of them have great ideas that they're doing. And we TEDx, we bring, every year we do TEDx, and we bring a lot of people that can become mentors later, and they can inspire. Yeah, it's going really well.
Wonderful, and you mentioned that you saw a problem and you had solution for that, so it's like a business idea. and you kind of like balance between studying and doing your business. So what is like the thing that you learn, the most important thing that you learn during the journey of working as entrepreneur and studying at the same time?
Right, but the good thing about starting a business in college, in university, is you get all the resources in the world for free. You here, true. You get like Wi-Fi, you get all the best mentors, there are lectures. You don't have to pay anything for them. You just, you go for them, you set an appointment. Like, they like when people, like all the lectures, they want you to do better than them, something like this. So when you go to them, they say, okay, I have this idea that I want to make a VR glass, and I want to do this thing, and like I want to market it. They're going to mentor you. They sometimes can fund the idea, but it's like they see you as someone that cannot steal their business. That, if something happens, it's just a trial. You're still a university student. So what I have to take from this experience is that it's good that I started early. I had so many exposure from things, because if I graduate and I start all these things, I'm not going to have that much of choices to have. Like, it's just, I feel big, and I have a lot of regrets. But right now in university, I fail. I can continue. I can, there's so many things. I don't have anything to lose. That's why.
Lovely. I love the point you mentioned about like you started early and you fail early, and then you achieve soon and bigger success. And also the point you start in university and then you get the free access to every single thing, and also mentor. Lovely. So my friends, if you are studying, keep that idea in mind and put it in action. So you mentioned that you fail a lot. Can you share one thing that you did not well as you wanted, and then now you learn and you change the way you do it, and then you did it better?
Can you repeat again the question?
Could you share one thing that you learned from your mistake that later on it helped you to do your business or your studying better?
Mistake that happened. All right. I would say the fact that when I came in Malaysia, first thing that I started was TEDx, basically. So the speakers that I brought and the team that I was working on, most of them were seniors, and they thought that I was too young. So I had to face that, and something like, you need to manage people that are, a bit seniors from you. And this thing happens in companies as well. Like when you're young and you find a big company, like you need to work with people that are experienced, people that know things better than you, but you need to know how to manage them. So this thing happens, and a lot of people, if you don't have control, they can take over your business, they can take over your idea and your project, because they think that you're not capable enough of doing it. So you need to stand still. And I had a phase like, the first event that I did in campus, all of them were seniors and I was the only junior, but I was managing them. So this was a kind of a good point, but a lot of people ended up quitting. And it's like you gain experience, but you still lose people. That's the thing. But right now I can say that, I'm better than them in a lot of ways, because I've been doing this, like, I trusted myself. I did a lot of other things, but you just, when you face this kind of problem, you just have to trust yourself. I'm going to do it. Like, you know your vision better than they do.
Oh.
And, yeah.
You mentioned about your vision. So what is your vision for yourself?
My vision at this moment, I want to make my experience in the university as something fulfilling, that I want to leave something for this university. Like, I was someone that came from a country like Mozambique, and I'm here. I started stuff like clubs and events and a few businesses. But when I become an alumni, I want people to, see me as someone that didn't come only here just to study, something like that. And I want to create this community of people that, instead of you doing engineering and going for work for a big company, you can also start small and create your own company. That's the thing. So this is my goal at the moment. But later on, when I graduate, when I have my own stuff, what I basically want to do is, travel around the world and settle somewhere. And I have a few ideas at the moment that I want to start, and yeah, just go over it and plan something. I don't want to work for someone because it's not something I desire.
Hmm.
But just go there and do stuff
So what is somewhere you have in mind?
somewhere. Probably like Finland or Norway, some European country. But because these two countries they have the mindset, okay, the government is really supporting ideas from young people, first thing. Second, that you should have. Although you pay a lot of taxes, although you pay, there's so many things, but I believe that you can have a way better life in there, and rather than if you go back to, let's say, Mozambique. Like Mozambique, it's a really good country, but at the same time, it's like there's not a lot of opportunities for my field. My field, I'm doing computer science, and I want to take exposure from somewhere else. I want to see how they work, how they do stuff, and how they start the business in real life. And maybe later, I'll go around the world, like expanding, and that's my main goal. I want to start somewhere and expand to other places.
Lovely. So there's a lot of people probably dream about going abroad and also like, doing the thing that they like, but they has a lot of reason. Like somebody say, oh, my family and all the people around me. So can you share like how can you just like deal with these things and still keep doing what you're doing? Yeah.
I love what you said, because a lot of students that I in here, this is especially for young people, like between the age of 17 to 25. They still have this, I'm a daddy's girl, I'm a, my mommy's boy, something like that, and I cannot do anything because they're not gonna allow it.
Yeah.
But it's a mentality that it comes to you with while you're young. If your parents cannot let you do anything by yourself, you grow with this mindset until you're old enough, and you still have to ask everything to your parents, something like that. So I had parents that were a bit secure. They wanted to make everything secure for me, but I had to have the talk. Like it's like you're grown up. You need to talk to your parents about what you want to do in life. And after I had the talk, I said, okay, parent, like mom and dad, this is what I want, and you have to act like to treat me like a grown up because I'm a grown up already. And at this point of time, they said no problem. You have to live your life if you want. And this is how I live my life. Like I don't really have to ask anything from my parents because I know what I want. That's the thing. And I feel that a lot of youngsters, they should have this parents thought that when I'm grown up, I cannot ask, like I have to know how my parents are and all these things, of course. But everything that I want, it has to come from me, not from my parents. That's it.
Yeah, totally agree. Wonderful when you believe and you know exactly your vision and your parents people will believe in you. So that beautiful message, thank you. So let's talk about what is your inspirational source, because there's some moment probably you're gonna feel like not like always energetic and not always like on the track. So what do you do when you have that moment of down?
That moment of down.
Or you don't even have. That's
Sometimes, and when I have it, it's like when I really screw up badly.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there was this one time that I was starting a business, like not starting a business, but I was investing, if you know about Bitcoin and blockchain and all these things. Yeah. So there was this time that I was trying to work on it and I was investing it, but I ended up losing like $5,000, something like that. So it was quite a big amount of money. Yeah. At that time.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was always used to, getting the stuff done and right. But when I got this thing, it's like, everything that came back, I felt like a bit of depression for a moment, for like a week. And then I had to, stand up, okay, this is done, move on. But whenever I have these things, I don't stress too much myself. Like, it's probably going to be one day that I'm going to be sad, but later on you have to move on because this is, life goes on. That's the thing. So I never really had a very big like impact in my life that made me, okay, I'm going to change everything. Not yet, but I hope something comes.
Yeah, beautiful when you say like it's about moving on, right? It already happened, so it's about what we're gonna do with that to move on or to stuck there to be a victim or to be a victor. So beautiful. What about books and anything that you listen? I can see your earpiece there. Probably you listen a lot. So can you share the materials that actually keep you on track and keep you motivated? Yeah.
All right, I have a few selection, but I always like to listen to Gary Vee.
Oh yeah.
Gary Vee is it's kind of like a coach that tells you like when you're facing straightforward. You bullshit, you need to stop.
You gotta do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have like people like Simon Sinek and Neil deGrasse Tyson. These kind of people that I consider them world leaders because when they speak to a big crowd, and they're talking about stuff that is it's science proven, and it applies for your life. So Simon Sinek is a TED speaker. He was one of the first TEDx talks that it made into TED itself. So he talks about a lot about entrepreneurship in life and young people and there's a lot of things that he talks about. And there's this book that is said like Leaders Eat Last, one of the books. So, and he has a lot of more books. So I read this kind of books and I read a lot of other entrepreneurship books. But I'll say that my favorite author is going to be Malcolm Gladwell from Outliers.
Oh.
Yeah. He mentions a lot about how successful people react and they do stuff. Yeah, that's a lot of knowledge in this book.
Yeah. So how can you keep reading? Because a lot of people love reading, but they may not, have the momentum or maybe the discipline for reading. Did you find yourself easy to read or somehow kind of like not disciplined in reading? How can you overcome it? Yeah.
How can you love reading? It's kind of a tricky question because if you don't love reading, what? How do you get knowledge? That's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like how can I say? You have to find. There's a study that says that the average CEO reads 60 books a year. That's it. Because learning doesn't stop when you finish your education. That's it. So even as you go through life, you need to have knowledge somewhere. It's either through books, it's online courses, something else. So you need to continue reading and knowing stuff. Otherwise, you're gonna get so out of the game. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So if
I
you
love
don't
when
read
you
a
share that. Yeah. You mentioned about the benefits, so we know the benefits and we know that what are we gonna lose if we don't do it. We're gonna out the game and behind other people, and we don't want that. So beautiful. Yeah. So can you share one routine that you do after, or maybe let's say like the routine that you think really contribute to your achievement and your journey?
I would say that I take some time to think. Not every day that like I'm doing stuff. Some days I'm just thinking because thinking makes me wonder a lot of things, and that's when I come with new ideas. That's when I come with new solutions for stuff. So taking some time to think is really important.
I love that. Wow, it's like beautiful. You say like you think and you wonder, you have new ideas. It's one of the one probably you remember the guy say thinking is the hardest part. That's why a lot of people like don't love thinking. So it's like people call it reflection. Also, you take a step back and yeah.
That's true.
What about, can you share one moment that you had that kind of like thinking and you had the new idea? Just share this one. It's gonna be last question for today. Yeah.
Alright. Let's say when I go to swimming at night. I usually go to swimming at night, and I'm usually there alone. So this is after a long day, like studies and a few work and meetings and all these things. So I go at night and I'm swimming. Then I stop. I wonder. I look at this guy because the swimming art area is like
Yeah.
open. So I look at this guy. I'm like wondering how can we manage to be so tiny, like in this universe and all this. So these are moments that I actually wonder, and it makes us feel a bit insignificant. But at the same time, it's like you know you have to find a solution for that. So when I went back, I started looking online to stuff, and there was so many things that I could find on. But also like this is one example. But there's so many times that when you just stop, like you're so overwhelmed about the stuff that you're doing, the meetings and all this kind of stuff. That you just need to stop for a while, and you stop. You wonder, is it the right thing that I'm doing? Is it like can I do something better? Can I? Because if you're leading people, you're not in the position of I have a task. I have a task. I need to report to someone. People need to report to you. That's it. So you need to have tasks for them. You need to know what they're supposed to do. And this entire thing you need to think about like by yourself. So I'll say a lot of CEOs, a lot of leaders, if they don't have time to think, they just do. There's gonna be one day that something's gonna fail, and they don't have a second plan. They don't have a third plan. So yeah, that's where my thinking goes. Like I think about a lot of stuff. I wonder about the universe. I wonder about is it am I doing good for my team? Am I going in the right direction? Am I following my vision? There's so many things that I think about.
Beautiful. Can you share this one? Yeah. Before we end today, if you now in front of a bunch of like a youngster and young leaders, future entrepreneurs, and they have this kind of desire to do something, but then like something's holding them back. Can you give them like advice or any kind of inspirational message? Yeah.
All right. So one advice that I'll say is like, if you don't start right now, let's imagine 10 years, 10 years or 15 years. You're gonna be with the same thought that you're having right now, and you're gonna regret so much that you didn't start before. That's the thing. Because an idea is something that goes with you until you manage to do it. And you're gonna think about it the entire day. I'm not doing. And it passes months and years. You're still not doing. And you have this feeling of guilty. Like if I started a few years before,
Yeah.
I would be somewhere now. That's the thing. So regret is the most, desire, like the most painful feeling that you have when you don't start anything. So if you don't want to have this kind of regret, just start now. Like there's nothing to lose. If you lose, you learn. If you fail, you learn. That's it.
Wow, it's powerful. Thank you. So start now or regret later. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so thank you, Justice, for today. Maybe we'll have another day catch up with you for the scholarship thing, because there are a lot of fans of us in that channel also like apply for scholarship, and it's a part of the journey of developing as a better person, a better leader, better entrepreneur. Thank you for inspiring us.
All right. It was a pleasure to be talking to you.
Yeah.
And see you around.
I'm gonna put your contact here, so if anyone have like a question for Justice, you can contact him directly. So love the conversation and love the message. Have a great day. See you.